Ew. What did they do to that person's... Hey guys, and welcome back to the Town of Lights. We're leaving the showers now, where we just had quite an emotional scene, which we, hopefully won't have censored too badly. And now, I'm not sure what we're doing.
Let's look for Renee's room in the slightly agitated ward.
Yes, Renee's room. I thought they said that Amara went there. Okay. So that's upstairs, isn't it? 7 is the tranquil ward. Yeah, because you have to go through the semi-agitated room to get to surgery. Which is where I thought we needed to go, and for fuck's sake, stupid doors. That's not how physics...
There was too much chaos. They closed all the windows and the door. They turned off the lights, and it was pitch black. Some people fell asleep. Some others stopped seeing their demons and became more calm.
I guess I went the wrong way. The music was just like, no. Oh, another electric shock device. Nice.
Montefoscoli, December 20th, 1941. Dear Director, could you please let me know how my daughter, your patient Renee T., is getting along? I've written to my daughter several times, but have received no reply. I'm very worried, particularly as I've been ill for some time and have not been well enough to come and visit her. Please kindly let me know when it will be possible for me to bring my daughter home. Your humble servant, Ada T. Bring this letter to the attention of Dr. C so he can assess the potential discharge of the patient.
Not delivered. Of course not. What? Where's it going with? December 41. Okay. So Renee's mother actually wanted to see her. And has been writing her, but they've not been delivering the letters. Should probably go into the room we're supposed to be in, because that screaming's frankly a bit loud and annoying. Is this not it? Oh, another bath shower room. Okay. So there was one open door, but that wasn't the right one. Is that right? Locked. 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 And locked. What are we doing? It's interesting. The music's actually originating from here. Are we supposed to examine something? I don't know. Oh, close the windows. Yes. Let's recreate the trauma. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I figured it out.
They put a straight jacket on you. They gave you a cold shower. They suffocated you with a sheet. They tied you to the bed. They tied me to the bed. woman died next to me, choked by her own vomit. She was tied down because she wouldn't stop pleasuring herself. I can still hear her death rattle. I screamed, but nobody came. Everybody screamed in there, all of them. It was then I saw the doll, which wasn't Charlotte. No, she wasn't Charlotte. The past was like the present. That doll, that man, the shame. Renee was increasingly divorced from reality. How will I ever find out what really happened? How will I ever find Amara again if I can't even find myself?
I don't understand how people be so fucking evil. Like, how could any... Like, doesn't matter how little you know about a disease, how could you possibly think suffocating someone and waterboarding them, because that's what it looked like, and just being violent towards them could... How could anyone think for a second that being violent is going to help them? Like, restraints, I can see, you know, in some circumstances, if people are hurting themselves in there, then maybe there's a valid point for that, but... Fuck's sake.
Montefoscoli, November 12th, 1939. My dear daughter, it is with great sadness that I heard what happened. Your transfer and your sufferings are a cause of great worry for me. It will take time, but you'll see, things will improve. They'll treat you and you'll get better again. I pray a lot, every day. Write to me often and tell me if you need anything. I promise I'll do what I can. Try to be strong. Mom.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last letter she wrote to me. Once I was put into this ward, I was overwhelmed by loneliness. After that medical examination, I received no more letters from Mom. Why is that man here? Why doesn't she come to see me? Did I make a mistake? It didn't seem like she wanted to abandon me. What did I do wrong? I'd like to be able to reply to her again now, to change things.
Oh. My friend, they hurt me. They hate me, just kill me. Wish I could die. Don't know what's happening.
Perhaps she would have listened to me. Will she reply?
Of course, we know that Dr. Douchebag is, not delivering, or... Well, that's the thing, actually. There's a note saying the letter had to be forwarded to the doctor, and the game looks like... Oh, no, it's not forwarded. The note on that letter we read said things had to be forwarded to the doctor, but it said not delivered. So maybe it's someone else who's not giving it to the doctor. Dear Direct, this letter to the attention of Dr. C. This was written to the director, but it's also put to Dr. C, not delivered. So, does that mean not delivered to the director, or not to Dr. C? Let's get some light in here. So was there a post box on the ground floor? Oh, these are all open now. Registry of visits from Rennie T. Adele T and Bruna M. Okay, that's the Bruna in the diary. So this is 1938. So this is like, what, 10 years after someone that was mentioned in one of the documents anyway. Maybe that was someone else though. Bruna M. Onofrio P. Band visits in 1940. Okay. Okay, can't tune that in. Yeah, there was a note or a medical thingy that we read. Someone who, a girl who was out of control, 16 years old and 3 months pregnant. So I thought that was us, but I don't know. A mattress with a hole in the middle? I've got an idea what that is, but I don't want to. Okay, we've nearly got all the diary entries now.
The light often came when I was at school, turning my fellow pupils into puppets that would terrorize me. To me, they appeared transformed, with the bloodied heads of animals stuck where their own heads should have been. I would curl up on the floor and would even wet myself. The teacher would try to console me and would smile at me, but her teeth and her eyes would terrify me even more. Things did change. I don't know why, perhaps during the 2nd or 3rd year of school. It was more or less in the same period that I became friends with Bruna. I remember the sensation of joy I experienced when I felt almost normal. The light isn't coming. The dreams have gone, and I have a real friend, one who speaks to me. I would repeat this to myself proudly while looking in the mirror, where I no longer saw an embarrassing reflection. It seemed to me that the world was a difficult place, but it was no longer impossible. Bruna. I did not understand what Bruna saw in me, especially as she was almost 2 years older than me. I would tell her this every now and then, and she would joke about it, saying, "Nothing. I don't see anything in you, which is what I like about you." And then she would hug me.
Ah. Okay. So one day she was sad. Wait, did we already hear this one? Or maybe not. Let's let her tell us this
But
one as
one
well.
day, she was sad and pensive, and said to me, "You and I are the same. Don't be fooled. You are reserved and honest, and I'm not. But that's the only difference between us. The only one." Then she began to cry. I was struck by the perception in her words, but only today, after re-examining my past, do I understand what she meant.
So, did she have a relationship with Bruna? Or maybe she wanted to, but she was too busy going with boys. and mentions Don Gino, so he tells her about Bruna's
He told me
father and
about
brother.
Bruna's father.
But I'm not sure. I'm still not entirely sure on the timeline. Depends, because it seems we're definitely, well, Rennie at least came to the asylum before World War II broke out. I'm a bit hazy on my Italian history of them, but I'm pretty sure the fascists came to power a couple of years before that, like mid-30s. Could be wrong. I'll need to look that up as well. But I'm not sure if there was some sort of like civil war like there was in Spain at the time, or if we're actually talking about later in the 40s when Italy actually was in the war. So that could be Bruna's father and brothers. I don't see a post box. They must have one, surely. Can I just like put it down on a desk somewhere? Yeah, those must be other real photographs. You can just send it by telegram, phone up the post office.
The letters
Where
were
we go?
sent to the archive.
The archive.
It was their job to post them.
That's like the opposite of what an archive does. The factory, conference room. Nope, back upstairs. Fuck's sake. Suppose the good news is that downstairs, the basement, was just a kitchen. So, could have been worse. Patient storeroom and archived. Well, that's all the way along there. Good job they've got these maps, or I would be totally boned. As opposed to just mostly boned. What the hell? Is that plastic surgery? Let's just say yes and move on. Whoa. Is that cataract surgery, maybe? Chirurgia? Is that surgery? Oculi lens. Cataracta! Yeah, I was right. What's this one? Palpebrarium. Palpebrarum. Is that eyelid? Ew! What did they do to that person's... I'm sure it was necessary, but goddamn. Then again, look where we are. Maybe not. That's weird that they've got like a cat... Yeah, weird that they have like an actual eye surgery unit. Like, how much of this place was hospital and how much is prison? What's this? Ooh, another map! Ooh, our last diary pages, okay. I've lost track of where we are. I think it's this one? Yeah, we saw that one.
I remember a recurring dream from that time. I used to have plenty of nightmares, but this particular one was so real that even today, I ask myself whether it could have possibly been just a dream. I was in bed, enveloped by the warmth of the blanket, in the dark, about to succumb to sleep, when I heard the bedroom door open. I turned to face the wall and did not have the courage to turn around. I only saw a shadow cast against the wall by the light filtering in through the door. Then I heard the door close again, and I thought that it might have been my mother who, before going to bed, used to peep in to see whether I was sleeping. However, there was no time to breathe a sigh of relief, for footsteps approached the bed, and I heard the sound of breathing close by. Fear paralyzed me from head to toe. The blankets were pulled back. I remember the chill of fresh air on my spine. Someone sat on the bed, and I trembled. Then the dream finished.
Or was it a dream? Right. Well, that's just got the whole diary, so let's just have a quick peek through it. Let's see what we can do. So, name's Rennie. They told me I have to write this diary. But I don't feel like it. Makes her feel worse when she writes. I think about I did things that, when I think about them now, brought her here. So that's to the asylum. Everything started with the damn light. She was 6 or 7. Couldn't recognize anything for the light. Fear. Fear, terrible light. So 6, 7, and 10, her memories are disconnected. Frequently the light used to come, and that's when she got Charlotte. In the beginning she was afraid of her, Charlotte, okay. And things inside me turned bad. Charlotte was the only one she could turn to. Charlotte was a real friend. Didn't tell anyone about it. Anxiety. Hoping Mother would ignore me, her compassionate words hurt and terrorized her. Recurring dream. But someone coming in to her bed at night. When it came, then Bruna came along. Things started to get better. Bruna liked her. Bruna felt they were the same. Something happened to Bruna's father and brother. But by that time, Rennie was ill. Prince Charmings don't exist for us. So then, when she was 14, Boy asked her to go for a walk with him. Things got better, things got bad. Remember the previous day? Doctor, all filthy of blood and vomit. Mother wasn't looking at her. People never should go. So I think there's been some guy who's I don't know. This bit about not being able to bind himself to me, I think that's... It didn't say something about noble. So she's definitely found some guy. And she couldn't be with him, so she went other people. Where did it say that? And to suffer from memory loss. Proud and handsome. Said things about her to other people which she shouldn't have said. Yeah. Right, so from what I can gather from the diary, it definitely seems that there was a lot of... Fuck. Orchestra Bacchio Psicosi per 8. That looks like a lobotomized skull. Yeah, diary seems to be that she fell for someone, but she was young and sickly. So she got the heave-ho. And that really destroyed a lot of what made her already feeling... Actually, what made her feeling much more recovered than previous. And it seems to be... I think that it was Rennie who was 3 months pregnant when and out of control. And Italy's entry war announced by the Duke War? What's that mean? Is that like the Duke, the Minister of War? I don't see a date on this, but I could probably look up for when that actually was. New tuberculosis unit open here. Interesting. Okay. So, this is Volterra. That looks like a mansion on the left. Padiglione? Right, there's greenhouses outside. So this is the main building. Looks like there's a villa and a... Not sure what that is on the left there, but... It's more... There's a cemetery. Campo Santo. Interesting. It looks like this is much bigger than just an asylum. Okay. Of course, they forced the prisoners to work. Sorry, not prisoners, patients. Totally trying to help them.
When you were sent to a lunatic asylum, you lost the right to possess anything. Everything you arrived with was packed up and stored here, even the clothes you were wearing, in case you were released one day, but far too many never left.
Alright, because... Okay, I can't actually read these. It's the ladder we're interacting with. Yeah, that's pretty morbid. Piles of clothes, gold teeth, spectacles. Does that sound familiar to anyone else? totally lost track of where I am. Is this the archives we were looking for? But, you know, they don't deliver our letters, so I think it's a long shot that they'll send our letters out. A to B? We're looking for T.
There must be a file with my name in the filing cabinet somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Dear Mother, please, I beg you, get me out of this place. I'm so frightened here. You were right. I know I was wrong. I understand. I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how much. But now I'll behave myself, I promise. Now things will be fine. I'll work hard. I'll be very good. Your daughter, Renee.
Okay, so that's the
This
letter she actually sent.
It was Renee's letter, just as she wrote it back then.
But that's not the letter
But
we
it was
sent.
never sent.
What? That we
Why?
wrote.
Why did this happen? I received your letter, Mom. You tell me to be patient and strong, while I only feel fear and pain. And you don't write to me anymore. If only these words could be my soul, I'd tell you what was happening to me. The kids want to kill me. They all look the other way and tell me what to do. I don't understand. She helps me, but what have they done to her? Can you tell me? Will you help me? Renee. Montefoscoli, July 7th, 1940. My dear daughter, I have received no news from you. You have not contacted me in months. I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to come and visit you. Do you remember Mr. Onofrio? He'll soon be in Volterra for business. I've asked him if he would be kind enough to ask the director for some news about you. I hope he'll bring me some good news when he returns. But please write to me. I know that I was strict with you. You have to forgive me. I didn't think. I've given Mr. Onofrio a new doll for you. You told me that you lost yours, and I know you loved it so much. It's not as nice as your Charlotte, but I hope that it will comfort you nonetheless. Keep your chin up, darling. Everything will be fine, you'll see. Mom.
I heard that name, Onofrio, somewhere. I've forgotten already where it was, though.
Montefoscoli, October 12th, 1940. My dear daughter, I've written 2 letters to you and have received no reply. Every day, I'm anxiously waiting for a letter. Mr. Onofrio's back. He brought you the doll. Do you like it? He told me he was unable to speak to the director, but managed to see you. I pray for you every day. Even Don Gino said a prayer for you during Sunday Mass. Isn't that nice? I've made up my mind, Renee. I'm bringing you home. I've already written to the director. I told him that I'll take care of you. I'm not very well at the moment and can't work, but I'll get better soon, you'll see. And as soon as I can make the journey, I'll come and fetch you. I know you're suffering a lot, but please be strong, I beg you. Mom will come to fetch Renee, won't she? Mom is good, but she's not well. That's why that man came. The doll. Renee could have played with it while she was waiting for her to arrive, but Renee didn't have it with her. Is it one of Mom's lies? She knew that she'd hurt Renee and... No, Mommy's good. That man brought it. We've just remembered who he is, haven't we? It was Renee who was wrong. The doll's here. I know that for sure. Perhaps she's been abducted like all the others and is locked up here somewhere.
I'm just thinking, He said there was a police officer brought us here. And there was also a police officer who visited for questioning. So is this detention voluntary? Like, is it the mother who's choosing to do this, or is this totally out of her hands? Is this the state that's put Renee here? And presumably all the others. I don't know, but I guess that's a question for next time. But for now, we're going to have to end the episode because we've been playing for quite a while. So thank you so much for watching this part of Let's Play The Town of Light. I've certainly enjoyed playing it. If you like what you've seen, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, sub to the channel, share the video, that helps out a whole lot, and be sure to tune in next time. See you then.